All right, so when we left off on I think it was my last deck that I played before leaving, and it was this specific deck. So basically a Dimir with the white to create Esper, obviously, but using the really strong base that the Dimir deck has, and seeing if adding the white can give it enough of a power spike where it justifies the mana being a little bit more awkward. And my conclusion is still I'm still unsure if this is worth it or not. It seems like most people are just choosing to play Dimir. I do think one of the stronger arguments for playing white, being these two cards that are in the main deck, is that these two cards are very impactful in the Dimir matchup. So you having Wedding Announcement is extremely devastating. They don't have sweepers. Well, as a Dimir player, you don't have sweepers. Very hard to deal with an enchantment as well. The stat increase allows you to have better statted creatures since you're going to have the same creatures. You're going to have Graveyard Trespasser. They're going to have Graveyard Trespasser. But yours is going to be a 4/4 potentially. And Wandering Emperor acting as removal, but also an instant speed creature generating Planeswalker is going to be very impactful in the matchup. And for that, we freed up some slots with Shield Red, which is less impactful in the Dimir matchup because it's just a creature, and Dimir has a ton of removal spells. Pretty easy to deal with, although if it sticks, you're probably going to win the game, but that's the case for any matchup with Shield Red. So we still have two there just for that kind of snowball factor that potentially could happen with Shield Red. Anyways, I really enjoy playing this because it does add a little bit of spice to the Dimir deck, the Dimir list, and it's also really good in the mirror, in my opinion. So that slight mana, like the decrease in mana efficiency with more tap lands, is something that you can actually justify for the power of specifically Wedding Announcement, I think, and Wandering Emperor being very good with Urtai as well, creating that double flash threat. If you need to answer with Urtai, you play Urtai, and if they don't play anything, you play Wandering Emperor. Sideboard is very straightforward. I mean, just 4 Duress, that's kind of a classic these days. The other cut down the Void Ren, which is going to be very good for dealing with like enchantments and permanents you can't normally deal with. Adding that white is giving you that versatility of answers, so very important. Lily times 3. I do want times 4, but it's kind of hard to fit when you're playing all these white cards. In addition, 2 other shield reds. Honestly, you could cut a shield red for a Lily. That might be the slot that it's supposed to be. That's supposed to be freed up. The shield red is very good against aggro decks and specifically against legends. I have not seen a single legends deck though, so if you're not seeing legends for shield red, not very necessary. It's mostly specifically for the legend matchup. So 2 Sunfalls, which is another reason that we wanted white in the Dimir deck. I was playing against enchantments a lot. The black sweepers against enchantments are not super consistent, and you'd rather have an exile. So Sunfall, it was something I always wanted to try out in that kind of shell, and here it is, and it's been very good. Really good, actually. Farewell, also just there as a, get out of jail free card. It's not going to hit, it's not going to come in most matchups. Again, I guess it's mostly for enchantments. But, we have a few sideboard slots I think are flexible, and this is one of them, so I would probably choose to play it though for now, depending on where the meta is going. I still don't know exactly where the meta is at. Anyways, that's gonna do it. Really, not much to say about this deck. I just think it's good, and I think it's really fun to play as well. I just think anything that has this kind of shell is fun, so I'm gonna have some fun with this one as well. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the matches. Maybe it's okay now. I'm trying to think because they're like Dimir is not great against Anvil. But before, a lot of people were playing white, and I think white is really good against Anvil. But maybe now it's actually okay. I don't know. I haven't tested it since the bans, I think. Not a huge fan of the strategy in general, so I don't know if I would ever play Anvil again, but if I get really bored, give it a shot. I just think that kind of strategy is kind of like Cat Oven, where it doesn't feel great. I just like having stuff on the board. I don't really like activating stuff that much. Especially if it's to make like 1/1s that drain for 1. White. White. I don't think I'd want to counter on 2, especially being on the play. If it is Thalia, that could be a problem though. But then worst case, I just draw land, I play this, I kill Thalia. That's not great, but I don't know what they're playing yet, so. Oh. Well. I mean, if they kept a 1-lander on the draw, then that's okay. And I'm assuming it's there's no way you keep a 1-lander if you're not a monocolored deck, right? So mono white with krowz Hive and definitely Wedding Announcement, definitely Wandering Emperor. Probably more of a non-creature deck since there's Skrelv Hive. Probably don't want that. Probably just blockers for the small creatures, maybe. I don't really have cheap sweepers. Don't even know if I would need a sweeper. Probably don't need that. I don't think Underdog's that good if I'm not playing Lily, because they could probably just exile it, and that doesn't feel good at all, actually. It's good when it's in the graveyard, though. I have no way of getting it in the graveyard without playing Lily. I don't think I would want to play Lily. Would get overwhelmed a little bit too much. This might be a tricky matchup, actually. If I don't play these. But even if I do play these, like this will keep making tokens either way. This might be good, though. I basically have 2 options. One, I could just play aggro, but I don't think I want to do that on the draw. Probably do it on the play, though. Just play all my teardrops, play like my planeswalkers, and just slam shield red, hope they have no answer, and then just win. Probably don't play this. Play Sunfall. I'm not sure. I don't really know what they're playing, so seems like a go wide though. That's good hand. If that's actually no, that's good. That's pretty much it. Enchantments. I didn't expect that. Ugh. Okay, I probably lose. I didn't expect them to keep a plains and be in 2 colors, first of all, and now I'm facing double Skrelv Hive. That's gonna be... I guess it's not over. Shield Red can just win. Definitely the correct decision to play 4 Shield Red here. Okay, good thing I ported one of those in as well. Okay, that's fine. That's actually good, because now this won't be able to attack into this, so... If they don't top deck a removal spell, I think we are okay. Especially with this. In case they do find the removal spell, I could maybe get back into the game. Good thing I have the farewell. Oh, it's not enchantment, it's just toxic. It's like a toxic. Yeah, it's just toxic. Going a little bit too many lands. Last card. Yeah, it just had to be it just had to be a removal spell. But we do have Sunfall. At least it wasn't like a hard removal spell. It was tempo removal. I still have my card. It's gonna take a while. That's actually a good draw. Because I have 2 blockers now. Rex is... Not exactly what I want to see, but it's not terrible. Actually, it is. It is. No, it is pretty bad. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough blockers to go like wide enough. Yeah, Mirex was actually a really good draw for them. If they just drew one random creature, it would be less bad. Oh, no, yeah, it would be less bad. Oh, actually, that's okay. I have a 4/4. I would still get a poison for free. Annoying. And they have lifelink to. I have to attack. You think I should try historic? I'm definitely not trying historic. Alchemy. I don't have any cards for alchemy though. Yeah, if it was free, if I could just jump into alchemy just to see what the meta's like, I would do it. There's no I'm spending any money on it though. And I'm sure it's bad, so. Alright, I swing, right? Shield red. They have 3 poison at most. I just swing. I guess I just grabbed enchantments in case. Next turn, I can probably end the game. Hopefully. If they get a proliferate card and somehow it also destroys my shield red, then we're in trouble. That's fine. Not a blocker. So. It could have been a blocker as well, I think. No, actually the blocker... No, the blocker would work as lifelink. If the blocker had lifelink, especially. Which I think it probably would have. I can also get 1 extra point. So this is funny. Them playing this actually earns me another point of damage. Because I can just kill it and then drain it. But that's already lethal, so why would I even bother? Sounds like a very fun format to lose to cards that you can't interact with. You can play the Might against the Ring. What? What Might? Is there a Might that destroys or exiles? Oh, there's a Might that exiles artifacts? I think there is one. Oh, here's a ramp deck. See, I really don't like cards. I don't like cards that are so good that they're in like a lot of decks, and they force players that, well, they force players in general to play like very specific answers that are not good against like any other deck. Unless the One Ring is like literally everywhere. In that case, you're always getting some utility out of it. I guess then maybe it's okay, but even then, like at least sure Shield Red's strong, but it's still a creature. So when you're playing removal in your deck, you're already playing removal because it deals with other creatures. So you just so happen to have, you know, cards like Go for Throat that just kill Shield Red as well. It's not like it's a huge downside. But when you're playing cards like Terra Sunder, which I guess is kind of a good card still because it can answer other permanents. But when we're talking about even more specific answers, then I feel like that gets problematic because then you're deck building for like very specific cards. One Ring is everywhere. Yeah, that sucks. I feel like that's never fun. I feel like when a card's literally everywhere, but can't they? Here's a question: can they balance the One Ring for alchemy? Right? They can't do that. I'm pretty sure they can just change it as they want, right? That should be the purpose of alchemy, is to modify cards. Yeah, the indestructible is a problem. That's why I was surprised it had indestructible. I feel like the One Ring with an effect like that should be able to remove it relatively easily, because otherwise things get out of hand. That's what I mean by like having to play very restrictive cards to deal with a specific card that's everywhere. I feel like that's not very fun. I do have removal for a creature, so I think I'm gonna I'm gonna Wandering Emperor here. Or just restrict it from alchemy. I feel like they can just rebalance it. I mean, that's the entire point of alchemy, right? Is that you can rebalance cards. At least it should be. Limit one per deck. Also, oh yeah, that's what restricted means, right? Yeah. I kind of forgot what it meant. But, yeah. Restricted means you can only play one copy. Sure. But at that point, I would argue you might as well ban the card for the sake of the game. The game's health in general, I feel like. Plusing seems better here. I need immediate damage.
Remember your training.
Like I would hate, like restricted for me has always been like a, it feels like more of a paper thing where, you know, you want to give value to cards still, but like for the sake of balancing, it's better to just ban cards that are way too strong, because if somebody draws that card, it's going to feel absolutely horrible. It's going to feel like you got cheated out of the game. Having your opponent draw a 1 out of 60 card is just, for balance sake, you should just ban the card.
How we
Oh wait, I had leaf offs. I was like, I actually completely forgot I had a second one. Whatever. Isn't this just a win either way? I can just not play this and just wait, what do I do here? I mean, it's kind of annoying. I put myself in a bad spot for no reason. I guess I just pass. Damn it. I was like, I forgot I had another one, and I knew that this would probably not kill either way as well, so that's kind of annoying. Yeah, I'm in a terrible spot now. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not optimal. Whatever. I'm making it harder, even though I'm probably still gonna win. Just have to work a little bit more for it. I could have also killed that, and then, but then if they have an interactive spell for this, oh, that's way better. That's way better. Okay, that's pretty much guaranteed, right? For this, anyways. I don't think they have counterplay to that. They could have the gain 3 life, I guess. Oof, that was a little bit scary. I feel like that could actually get out of hand. I don't have counter magic. I could just, but the thing is, I can always kill a Traxxas, so it's not gonna lifelink. And I would make a 2/2 there as well. So worst case, I play like, or I escape this. I make a 2/2, or even no, I would probably play that, make a 2/2, and have this as an escape option to finish off the. And I also have top decks that can just deal damage. Okay, anyways, let's try not to do that again. All right, bye. See ya. I could have still done that when I said I missed lethal. Oh, possibly, yeah. I don't know. It's been a while since I played the game, so I guess I'll leave that up as an excuse that I possibly could have still done it. I don't think Wedding Announcement is that good. I don't think it's bad either, though. It is kind of annoying that it plays hard into Sunfall, and it also feels like it would get blocked by most things. I don't really want to tap out. The better question is if Lily is better than Wedding Announcement. And if Shield Red is even a good card at all, really. Why is my Shield Red stuck? I guess it really wants to cost 3, huh? Does that mean this is getting rebalanced in Alchemy to 3 mana? And it's like pre-bugs because it's in the code already? Oh, oh wait, I was like, what? I can't even remove it. We do that, and then I play another 3-drop. Roosh. Dude, that card's so broken. So many alchemy cards are just way too broken for me. I don't enjoy that. Oh wait, Crucius is a 4-1 now? It's not a 3-3 anymore? Did they nerf it? Did they do a whole alchemy rebalance patch? Not that I really care about it, but it's kind of fun to talk about. Is it now a 4-1? It's a 3-1? That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough, but still, I would still say it's broken, right? Because the effect is the most broken part about it, not necessarily the stats. The stats made it ultra broken, but... Actually, I'm kind of questioning why I forgot this was the same opponent and I didn't slam this on turn 2, which I... No, actually, no, it was correct. Not good. I should probably just pass. At this point, I'm committed to being the control player, so... 3-1 in a Bowmaster meta, though? Okay, now I'm convinced. Now I'm convinced that it's actually trash. Okay, it's not trash, but it's way worse. Freaking Bowmasters, man. So broken. I haven't even seen the card in action, but I know it's broken. That's how broken it is, right? Yeah, okay. I will pass again. So they don't have double green and they only have basics, so it's pretty good for me. Next turn I can play probably Trespasser. I don't think I'd play Kaizo necessarily. Maybe. Yeah. I would expect them to not have anything. It's possible they're playing Counterspell. Okay, they're stuck on 4. That's really good. If they have Counter Magic, that's okay. Negate was gonna hit eventually. Not too sad about that. I will play this out though, I think. This is the card with the most resiliency to removal, so I'll probably just start with that. I can always draw next turn by attacking with the Trespasser. Oof. Ooh, that is interesting. Because I think I have to counter that. It's not really an interesting decision, but... I could also plus without drawing just to get an underdog in the graveyard, which might actually be the best decision. I do want an underdog in the graveyard. I think I'm going to do that. Could play another Trespasser in this case, which is definitely better. I like that you can control whether or not you're drawing with this. Or looting, yeah. It's always on turn 2. Yeah, Skrull must feel way worse with Bowmaster. All these, yeah, a lot of stuff feels way worse with Bowmasters in the meta. That should be nerfed immediately, almost. I mean, what kind of nerf could they give it where it would feel balanced? I don't even know. Maybe... Oh, I got it. 1 damage, but only face. Isn't that fine? That would kill the card, but I mean, isn't that the only way to like, you can't really... I don't think there's a middle ground. I don't think this card could be, like, somehow balanced. Or maybe make it... No, everything would destroy it. This is probably the best way to destroy it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think there's much better. That probably is good though. Half damage per draw? Is that even... Can you even do half damage in Magic? I don't think you can. Half damage. That'll start getting really complicated. Ooh. I guess I can loot it next turn. That's always the... Yeah, that's always the thing. Also, I can plus now. They can make it only do 1 trigger. But wouldn't it still be good with 1 trigger? Isn't that still like a really good 2-drop? I guess, yeah, it would be less broken, obviously. Would it be at the point where it's so much less broken that it's actually fine? Would that finally be balanced if it only could trigger one time? I don't know. I haven't played with the card, I haven't seen it in action. On a theoretical level, it seems too strong no matter what, if it can target anything, I feel like. But I don't know. Oh, there was a PT with the Lord of the Ring cards. That must have been that must have been really funny, actually. I didn't watch it. Like how, like at that point, having a tournament is kind of just worthless as a competitive player. When you have cards that are dominating games every game, I feel like it's just whoever draws better. Like there's not much decision making when you have cards that are so broken that they can just snowball so hard. I feel like at that point you might as well not have a tournament. It's kind of just throwing. I mean, it gets more and more like just getting lucky, which is not fun. Oh, it's in modern. Wait. Lord of the Ring cards are legal in modern. So modern, okay, modern maybe it was fine in modern because I don't know how much impact they had. Well, I guess the One Ring in that case was like super popular, right? But that must have been, it might have been just the One Ring. In that case, it's pretty easy to solve. You just, I thought we were talking about like an alchemy tournament or something, or a historic tournament. Yeah, for modern, since that's an older format, I don't think it would have as much impact. Although they probably should still do something about the One Ring. Because 80% is quite high. Yeah, modern's already so busted, it doesn't even fit. Yeah, that's I didn't assume it was modern, but yeah. You know, alchemy tournaments are a bit of a joke, so. Now, is there a world where I get mana screwed here and lose the game? Yes. That world does exist. Hopefully that's not the world we live in right now. I'll take it. At least I had something to do. Hopefully their mana screwed. Wink. Nope. And they probably have a counter spell. Okay. In trouble. Best way to approach this? Probably nothing really. I mean, I'm very far behind from not being able to develop on turn 3, which would have been the perfect turn to get this out there. I can't risk this dying to a removal spell, and if they have counter spell, it's going to counter that anyways. Yeah, so essentially perfect curve really. They had a tap line on 3, right? They didn't take the free loot. Which won't matter because I'm so far behind then. I mean, for me to win this game, it's gonna take a lot. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay, I was looking for it. For some reason, I was reading the transformed version of Rona, looking for the activated clause on that. But okay, there was a removal spell, but it was cut down, which is unfortunate because that's a 4-drop. But I guess we're still in it. Finding more removal spell helps me quite a bit. I think it's pretty obvious I should wait, they attacked. That means okay. That's a little bit more complicated since they attack. That means their hand is really good, which is probably why they didn't take the free loot as well. Um, I feel like I have to deal with this no matter what. So should I upkeep deal? No, I should just deal with it now. It's also possible I was supposed to use this instead of that, in case they play something I really don't want to deal with. But I'm not sure if they're playing Planeswalkers or not. I would assume they're not, but this is something I can't really know. I'm trying to play around Make the Spear because it's almost 100% sure they have it in hand. And if I somehow had found an untap land, that would have been much better there. That's surprising. Thankfully, I have an answer for that, but that does not put me in a good spot. Knowing they have that is very scary. I don't think it's a good turn to play Shield Red. Not when I have basically nothing to do. If they have another one, I'm so...
I know something you don't know.
Okay, worst case, I can... I don't want to play that. It's not great. But it does put a lot of damage on the board. It would be better if I'm planning on holding Urtai up, and it would also be better if they manage to plant... Yeah, I think it's worth it. It's not great if I have to loot, but... It is a lot more damage, and if they do have another one, it puts a lot more pressure on them. That's fine. That does maybe reward me for this. Kaito's incredible now. It has been absolutely fantastic in the past few months, I think, or whenever. I don't remember when the rise of Kaito started, but it's definitely very strong right now, I think. It has always been like a good card, but it kind of just gets run over in some metagames, like when Legends was really popular and when Rakdos was popular. Now the meta is a little bit less early game centric, I think, or at least there's less busted cards early game. So this card can really take its time a little bit more. Okay, interesting. So I really want to play Shield Red, but also I really want to destroy that. So I also really want to hold the counter up. Hopefully I just find a land and solves all my problems. We could also work towards an emblem. Still far away from that.
Now, what do we have here?
That's unfortunate. Playing a second underdog out does seem to be good. Again, I'm going for damage over overall value. Hopefully I don't get hit by like a Sunfall. I don't think they would be playing it though. Like playing Sunfall in this deck seems ambitious. Could be a win here. Can play around the Make the Spear that I think they have. I am very happy with that.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
I'm pretty sure they have Make the Spear. So if I do play this, I will not be able to counter the next... I'm just going to pass whatever. So far ahead. I'm pretty sure this is not a permanent. So should just play around Make the Spear, and if they have another permanent they want to cast, I just counter that. That's perfect. Oh, that's also perfect. Okay, now nothing can get past my double counter spell. Okay, it was a Trax though. What? What? I wasn't expecting that, but it makes sense. They're running cruelty. How do they? Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, yeah, looting, 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 reanimate. Okay, makes sense. Haven't seen an underdog. but I'm sure they're playing it. A lot of early game creatures I do have to play cut down. I don't think, I mean, Kaito's good, but also, oh, it's good. Yeah, it's good. Like everything's, the problem is everything's good, and when everything's good, I have to make compromises. Um, I guess I would say Wandering Emperor not necessarily that important in this matchup. Like it is good. Also, Shieldred not that good either. I mean, it is like it's good, but they have removal spells. So, but how many removal spells are they gonna play? Did I show them Shieldred? No, I actually did not show them Shieldred. It's possible they cut their removal spells to go for a more proactive game plan. In that case, I would probably want to play this. Right now, this looks okay. I think I would almost just not want Wedding Announcement. Like, sure, it's good. Dodges a bunch of removal spells, but that doesn't seem to be what I'm like exactly looking to do. I think I would probably rather have like something that either draws me more answers or interacts with the board state a little bit more. I think I can probably safely go down one removal spell and play like something else that advances my board state at instant speed, which is probably more important. Kaito on the draw. Okay, let's do this. Let's do something. This is probably okay. Also, Underdog, I'm not a huge fan of. I could probably cut 1 or 2 copies for something else. More interaction potentially. I don't have time. Too much to think about. My entire deck is good against theirs. It's just some things are not going to line up. Realistically, I should probably just cut the underdogs almost entirely. Maybe leave 2 and just play more interaction. I think I can beat them on an interaction level because they're just looting. I do have some card draw, and I do have more counter spells. And I have Trespasser that's difficult to answer. Liliana, which is 2 for 1. Kaito's 2 for 1. Wandering Emperor's 2 for 1. I don't think they have as many 2 for 1s because they're more so looking for like explosive power. Void Wrens. I only have 1 Void Wren, and it's mostly for like an enchantment deck. Something that it's either for a fully Planeswalker deck or like somewhat of a Planeswalker deck, or Wedding Announcement / like Selesnya enchantments or something that actually needs to target an enchantment early game. So not really that useful, but it would come in control matchups. Hey Plumeria, it was a good break, a really good break. Much needed. Okay. This hand is good. I mean, it's going to be difficult to beat Cruelty of Gix, but I also have the guaranteed counterspell if I do find blue sources, and I'm on the draw, and I have 2 interaction pieces, so I'm going to keep that. If I draw any land, I'm able to curve out interaction. That should be enough to hold on early, and then hopefully I find blue source for counter magic when it comes time to interact with the reanimation spells. Standard is going to be huge at their proposed printing rates for 2024. Now, Duress does not accomplish that much. It does. Okay, taking Liliana is fine. I was saying it does take out my 1 mana interactive spell, so I will have to play off curve potentially. But they didn't take it, so that probably means they don't have anything that does get wrecked by this. Scary to think about Wedding Announcement or Planeswalker here. It's fine. There goes a track zone. And that is a 3/3. I forgot about that, but that's not a huge deal. I got my blue source, but it's not a permanent blue source. That's really bad. 1 mana, so they also have cut down. Okay. This is not good, not good at all. I do have a lot of blue sources, right? Unless I did the math wrong.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when
6,
we win.
10, 14. That should be enough.
Haven't you ever heard of
Yeah,
personal
14 should be enough.
space?
Definitely for turn 4 blue source, I should be able to have it, but unfortunately I do not. That is very unfortunate. So I might lose here. I don't have an answer to cruelty.
Don't overthink things.
They play a Trax, I lose, right? I have no way of drawing. Just probably discard that. Yeah, pretty unfortunate. It was just basically, do I find blue source, but I didn't. Hey Oil, I didn't see you in the chat. Why am I inflicting standard on myself? Because I hate the other formats. So this is the least bad format in my opinion. I don't know why I would play other formats. I like them less. Okay, no counter spell, but it doesn't really help me.
The system can't fix
Looting might be the better option here, but if they do, okay, I lose the game either way if they have, yeah, okay. So I should probably just go for this. Sure. I lose the game either way if they have reanimation. Standard's looking the worst of them. I don't agree. Standard is the lowest power level format, which automatically makes it the best format for me. Oh. Okay, they don't have land. There's hope. There's hope in this world. But also I have to discard a card, so but also I don't have to discard a card, but I should.
You won't be outsmarted
Pain.
me.
Pain. How do you play Bowmasters? Yeah, I guess having like a non-Bowmasters deck gives you the moral high ground in Alchemy, or in whatever format those are legal in. But yeah, lower power level format is more interesting, usually more decisions. Deck building matters a little bit more. Usually. Not always. Like when Kikijiki was around, not exactly the case. Yeah, okay, so they're... It's funny because I think they do actually have the reanimation. I don't know why they're roping me here. Or they're... Maybe they have like a really difficult decision. That didn't seem like a difficult decision to me, but... See if they find this land. Lower power level format funnels you into playing the most powerful cards. Yes, but still your decisions matter more because if everybody's playing the most powerful cards and those powerful cards are less power level than in other formats, your decisions still matter because those cards shouldn't be like at the same level of like craziness. That's not always the case, like Kikijiki, but like overall, there might be a few really broken cards or a few strategies that are really strong, but if you're also playing those strategies, if you don't mind playing, like, again, some people like playing like super wide meta games. I enjoy that as well, but as long as there's a few decks I can build my way around, and you know, as long as there are options to counter the best deck with another deck, then that's totally fine. If you enjoy my content and would like to help me keep making it, consider supporting me over on Patreon, where you're going to access to a bunch of bonus videos, as well as other rewards depending on the tiers. And thank you so much to all the lovely patrons that are already subscribed. I appreciate it very much. And I will see you all in the next video.